Well, that destroys the nuclear family. That's my
right,
point.
but what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with what?
Destroying the nuclear family. Societies change. Things change. Women don't need to be sitting around being married to someone and answering to someone and saying, hey, I can't have a high body count. They should be able to go fuck who they want, do whatever they want, and be happy.
Myron Gaines destroys this beta male loving progressive who gets triggered by Myron saying women deserve less in this heated debate, as Myron Gaines meets this ultra simp who thinks women should be able to do, think, and pretend to be whatever they want as they are superior, and he completely shuts down this feminist groveling argument. Let's get in.
I mean that women deserve less. Could you explain that more clearly?
Men need to enter relationships with women with a healthy level of skepticism.
Why is that?
Because most women, unfortunately, don't provide a reciprocal amount of value to a man in a relationship. And if they enter in giving her more, well, they're probably going to take an L in the long run.
What kind of value do you say that women aren't providing? What are they lacking in?
Well, a lot of modern day women don't respect most men. A lot of them don't respect male authority. A lot of them think that men are below them. A lot of them think that they deserve the world simply by existing. A lot of them don't think that they need to cook or clean or adhere to certain, traditional feminine roles. Basically, they can do whatever they want, and their roles are malleable to whatever they want versus your roles are static as a man.
But why should a woman have a traditional role? Why should she be home cleaning and doing all this bullshit that women in the past have been fucking miserable doing? Nowadays, there's more women doctors, AI, engineers. They're doing better jobs than men. They're getting lower suing, like they have less things.
Yeah,
like
but what's the cost of that?
The cost of them is working and going to college and thinking, using their brain.
But what is the cost of that, though?
I was just trying to say, instead of sitting around and letting a man have his authority over her and tell her what to do and where she's going to be and how many kids she's going to have and how many people she should fuck and whatever else you're trying to say, If all women deserve less, does it mean every woman or just a subset of women?
Yeah, so what you just described is like women entering the workforce and like feminism. And I would argue that's a big problem with why we have the society that we have, right? We have marriages in the toilet. We have divorce rates highest they've ever been. We have women on more SSRIs and antidepressant medication ever before, despite the fact that they have more privileges and access than they've ever had before, most educated, but yet they're still unhappy. We have, an epidemic of single mothers. We have a bunch of children that don't have a father. We have a bunch of kids that are running around being degenerates. We have school shooters all over the place. We have an enormous amount of crime. The economy is in the shitter.
But that's not fault. That's not women's fault.
No, what I am saying is a symptom of that, of the country declining. A big component of that is due to feminism.
How
because feminism. Wait. I'll explain. Let me go through.
No. You're not making sense. You're throwing out things and they're not making sense. So you're saying there's a high crime rate. You're saying that men are not being respected and all that, and it's all because of feminism. Okay?
Yes, because.
Give me an example.
Yeah, I'll explain. So when you look at the degradation of society, it's typically directly rooted to the destruction of the nuclear family. The nuclear family is the backbone of any thriving society. The thing that hurt and impeded, or some would even say killed the nuclear family in the West, especially the United States, was feminism. Because thanks to birth control and the rise of feminism and the rise of free love in the 1960s, what basically has happened is women have said, oh, I make my own money now. If I make my own money and I have my own status, well, I don't need a man anymore. And what's ended up happening is
What's wrong with that?
Well, that destroys the nuclear family. That's my point.
But what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with what?
Destroying the nuclear family. Societies change. Things change. Women don't need to be sitting around being married to someone and answering to someone and saying, hey, I can't have a high body count. They should be able to go fuck who they want, do whatever they want, and be happy. Okay, instead of sitting at home waiting for some guy. Let's just reverse things a minute, okay? Let's say that someone told you, you got to sit around and you got to be moral, and any girl you want to fuck, you can't do it because women think that's wrong. And you will behave and do as you're told and live a miserable life. You say women are more on, mentally ill, drugs or whatever? That's because they're sick of their lives. They're sick of being told what to do. They want a career. They want
No,
to travel.
they're not told what to do anymore. Is precisely my point. They have all the freedom, yet they're still on antidepressant medication.
No, they have more freedoms now. They're just starting to get more freedoms.
No, they've had them for a very long time.
Very little.
And they're still having higher suicide rates. They're on more antidepressant
males
medication.
have higher suicide rates.
No, I'm saying women have higher suicide rates now than before. Is my point.
Younger Gen Z and millennial women do have higher.
So as things have gotten better for women, they've made more money, gotten more education, become contributing members of society. Everything has gotten better for them, yet they're less happy.
Everything hasn't gotten better. They're
that
still judged as whores sleep around. They're still judged as pigs and losers if they're winners.
I would argue they're not judged as
men
whores.
are weaklings if a woman makes more than they
not
can
judged as
fucking
whores.
handle it. What'd you say?
They're not judged as whores.
Oh yeah, no. Yes, they are judged worse. If a woman
is-
becomes a doctor, teacher, something that pays well, the men are automatically insecure. They fucking can't handle it, And
No,
and
the
now
promiscuity
men,
is not promiscuity is not shamed to the same level that it used to be. Now, going back to the whole thing.
Correct.
So let me make sure I
And
understand
you're
this.
right.
So you don't think the destruction of the nuclear family is what led to society going and decaying?
Wait, you're saying if a rock falls and breaks, did it break? You need to say what you're saying differently.
What I'm saying is that my argument is the nuclear family is the backbone of a society.
I don't believe the nuclear family is a backbone.
Okay, so that's where we disagree. I
Right,
think
we definitely disagree with that.
I think the nuclear family is the backbone of a society, a thriving society.
Right, but if that's the case, let's imagine that you're right for 3 seconds, okay? What you're saying out here is women deserve less. So why would I want to be a part of a nuclear family where a woman deserves less? Where I'm putting in the same work or more, but I deserve less?
Yeah,
You
because
explain that to me.
The point I'm trying to make is the reason why is because modern day women are no longer traditional women.
What does that mean? They fuck more people?
Yeah, more promiscuous. They're more rude. They don't respect male authority.
Okay,
They
but
think that
wait. Why should they? Why shouldn't a woman sleep around if she wants? Why?
there's a bunch of problems with that.
Give me one.
Women that sleep around tend to have more mental instability. They tend to have problems with pair bonding. They tend to be more miserable, sad, more likely to use alcohol, abuse drugs. This is why women that are sex workers and porn stars almost always end up...
Everyone goes through an immaturity stage, okay? People like to go up to college, they like to fuck, they like to have a good time, but then at a certain point they say, okay, I've had enough. I want someone who loves me and cares about me, or I don't want anyone who loves me. I get there's a lot of trauma in people's lives. A lot of 25% of women have been sexually abused. There's a lot of problems out there. It isn't just the backbone of society, this marriage thing you keep talking about. You know,
yeah,
and women are doing better than men, and they're going to be pulling the strings. They're the ones who are going to be controlling AI, medical, the intelligence agencies. Let's not forget who got Bin Laden. It was a female intelligence agent. Okay.
Yeah, but who went and actually shot him?
Who went out and shot him? U.S. Special Forces. But a woman told him where it was.
And those were all men.
But a woman told him where it was.
And the thing is, that team that you mentioned, that you're talking about, that caught Bin Laden, it was majority men. Yeah, there was a woman that headed it, but it was a majority of men.
If it's the majority of men, but the woman figured it out, who's the smarter of them?
No, she was just a supervisor.
Just the supervisor.
She was just a supervisor.
There was a woman FBI agent who told Bill Clinton they're going to crash planes into the buildings, and he laughed her off, and all the male agents laughed her off. So, sorry, women are in intelligence agencies. Women are way more intelligent than men.
Good God, this is like this beta cuck is like on Ultra Instinct or something. This guy is just wildly out of his mind. That women are smart. Where? Like, this guy's literally using the same argument style of women. He'll pick one thing, one moment, one event, and that disproves the other 99%. Like, this guy's insane. And to suggest that the nuclear family is not the backbone of all society, and he's taking the standpoint as if what Myron Gaines is saying is something alternative. And it's like, dude, show me a civilization that exists that was not built on the nuclear family. At least in like modern times, last 2,000 years. Any advanced civilization today, it is the nuclear family. It has been the same way as far back as we can see, basically in all of history. And this guy has no idea what he's talking about. This beta-loving feminist is literally advocating for the destruction of civilization at the to privilege only women. That is literally what this guy is advocating for, and he doesn't even get it. And I don't even think he cares. He is just women, 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 women. These guys are insufferable. Like, these simps are destroying society for everybody. Hit that like button if you think this beta is out of his mind. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate it. And let's get back into this.
And they're getting better in AI, which is the future. And they're getting better in medical, science, cancer research. When they're blowing men away. And they don't want to live in a traditional role where they come home. And you're saying down here that women deserve less. I'm going to ask you again. All women deserve less, or just women who don't suck up to men? Which one is
like
it?
I said before, I said it from the beginning. When I say women deserve less, I'm talking about from a relationship perspective.
From what
being skeptical from a relationship perspective.
Militia?
Relationship.
Okay.
And then you went ahead and talked about the professional stuff. Look, I mean...
No, I talked about sleeping around, professional stuff, SSR, antidepressants. I talked about it all. Suicide.
And I'm telling you that as women have become able to attend school and make money and get these careers, their depression and their sadness and their life happiness has gone down alongside that, is what I'm trying to explain to you.
But that's a small percentage. And men's depression has gone up too.
But men have always been, because we have a burner performance on us. Now women are starting to experience that.
Because men are weaker.
No.
They commit suicide at a higher rate. They're more depressed. Okay, they can't handle shit. If a girl tells them to fuck off or cheats on, they go home like a bitch.
Because men have a significantly harder life than women do.
Men have a harder life than women.
Absolutely, yes.
25% of all females have been sexually molested. It's like 8% for men. You're telling me that men have a harder life?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, and give me three ways.
Men absolutely. See, here's the thing. At people, homeless people, drug addicts, people that are suffering, right? Depression, sadness. It's overwhelmingly men, and the reason why is because with men there aren't the same social safety nets that are there for women. For women, they're able to...
What are you talking about? Anyone that doesn't have a penny can get off the street right now. Camilla's house, you go to Psychology Today. And if there's more men, if there are more men on the street depressed, that means they're weaker. They can't go get help.
Yeah,
Why can't they go see a doctor?
But what I'm saying is that
a woman
will. Men have significantly less social resources than women do. And here's the thing also...
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Now we're just...
Okay, give me one fact to back that up.
Let's move to the next person. We can't even have a discussion.
Because you can't handle the facts.
No. You don't have facts.
You say women deserve that. Does that include your mom?
You're
lying. Does that include your sister?
You're lying. That's the thing is that we can't even have an intellectual conversation.
I'm right. You're wrong.
All right.
Okay.
No, you are
and you're making a fool of yourself.
No, you made a fool of yourself.
And all these little George Tate or Andrew Tate guys that think you're cool.
These are all facts, man.
He's a fucking child
molester.
Facts. He runs women. He's a piece of shit.
These are facts.
Huh?
What I'm saying is, like, we can't even have a discussion on facts because you're saying, oh, that's not true.
Well, because if you can't
even concede that there are far more social programs for women than men, then we can't even have a discussion. Because
I said that there's plenty of social programs for men, and they don't take advantage of them because they're too macho
for women
to swallow their fucking pride and say, Doc,
there's
I need
far
help.
more for women, and like I said before, men have live a significantly harder than women do because women are able to be a housewife if they want. They can to the workforce. They have more ability
so they
to
deserve
do
less.
what they want to do.
They deserve less. Then.
Within the confinements of a relationship, you must be skeptical, yes.
Skeptical, you're saying they deserve less.
Yeah, and then
so you're spitting on women is what you're doing.
Okay.
Every woman that walks by, you deserve less because
look, man, if you want to be a social justice warrior, that's fantastic, but let's get to the next person.
Okay, right. I know. You can't take what I'm saying anymore.
No, because you're just virtue signaling at this point.
I'm not virtue signaling. You're the one virtue signaling.
You're virtue signaling at this point.
You're the next
You're virtue signaling at this point.
And in the end, women are going to win.
Okay, we'll bring on the next person.
Yeah,
Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Thank you for your time. Who's up next? And that's progressive talk right there. The nuclear family is the backbone of any society. Can't even concede to that, then it is what it is.
Yeah, folks, like Myron said, this guy has absolutely no facts. He has been fully betaized, feminized in every single conceivable way. He can't even agree on the nuclear family. I mean, I don't know where this guy gets his information of. Like, does he just listen to what any woman tells him and just goes with it? Does he not have a phone? Can he not look up anything? I don't know. But guys like this are literally a symptom of society. And I'm going to be honest, these guys are a cancer. These guys are just wrecking everything for everybody because they don't even understand how to live in their true nature. They live through a woman's perspective, and it is wrecking everything for everybody. But folks, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Myron Gaines had to say, destroying this beta feminist in this clip. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.